Naomi and Rhea Ripley attack IYO Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. Raw highlights. Full breakdown. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Tonight, we're diving into one of the most shocking and chaotic moments in WWE Raw history. Just when fans thought they were getting a dream match between IYO Sky and Stephanie Vaquer, chaos erupted. Two of the most dominant women in WWE, Naomi, the reigning WWE Women's Champion, and a returning Rhea Ripley, intervened in a way that has left the entire WWE Universe buzzing. Chairs flew, screams echoed, alliances shifted, and the match never saw a clean end. Was this a statement, a warning, or a new faction forming right before our eyes? In this video, we'll take you through the build-up to the match, the moment-by-moment action, the shocking ambush by Naomi and Rhea, and what it all means heading into WWE SummerSlam 2025. Plus, exclusive reactions from backstage, social media responses, and what Triple H is rumored to be planning as fallout. This isn't just a Raw highlight. This could be the spark that ignites the women's division into full-scale war. Grab your snacks, buckle up, and let's break it all down from top to bottom in this deep dive. The week leading up to this episode of Monday Night Raw was already explosive. Stephanie Vaquer, fresh off her controversial loss to Jade Cargill at WWE Evolution 2025, was scheduled to face IYO Sky, a fellow standout and former champion looking to reclaim her spotlight. The match was marketed as a technical showcase, pitting two world-class athletes against one another. Fans were salivating at the possibilities. On WWE social media, and even on the bump, Vaquer promised that she would remind fans why she was the most dangerous woman to step into a WWE ring. IYO Sky, on the other hand, had been relatively silent, letting her in-ring work do the talking as usual. But don't mistake her silence for weakness. She came into Raw with something to prove, especially after failing to recapture the WWE Women's title in recent months. Meanwhile, Naomi was busy defending her title in live events, but her growing tension with multiple superstars, including Tiffany Stratton and Rhea Ripley, was starting to boil over. Rhea Ripley's name, notably, had not been uttered much since her injury earlier in the year. Fans assumed she was out until late 2025, but the whispers backstage told a different story. Triple H had been tight-lipped, but tonight's events proved those rumors were very, very real. Raw match. IYO Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. The lights dimmed. IYO Sky's theme echoed through the arena, and the crowd erupted. Dressed in her signature black and blue gear, Sky looked focused, composed, and ready for war. Her entrance was filled with energy, and fans chanted, IYO, IYO, as she pointed toward the SummerSlam sign hanging above the arena. Then came Stephanie Vaquer, with a cold, intense stare and a grounded walk to the ring. Vaquer looked ready to out-wrestle and outstrike her opponent. Her new entrance theme, layered with Latin orchestral elements, brought a unique intensity that WWE hasn't seen in years. The bell rang, and immediately the two went into a collar and elbow tie-up. Sky hit a quick arm drag, showing off her agility. Vaquer responded with a hard kick to the chest. They traded technical holds, reversals, and rapid counters for the first 5 minutes, with fans cheering every mat exchange. But the match took a wild turn at the 10-minute mark. Just as IYO hit a springboard dropkick, Naomi's music hit, and the champ slowly walked onto the ramp, title slung over her shoulder, wearing all white with shades on. She didn't say a word. She didn't move down the ramp. She just watched. Stephanie, momentarily distracted, tried to capitalize, hitting a German suplex. But IYO kicked out. The two continued their exchange, with the tension clearly rising. Naomi stood stoically, occasionally shaking her head in disdain. Then, out of nowhere, the lights flickered. Rhea Ripley's music hit. The crowd went insane. Rhea emerged from the shadows like a storm. Dressed in black leather, hair braided tight, her face was all business. Fans who hadn't seen her in nearly 6 months stood up, jaws dropped. Without hesitation, Rhea stormed the ring. The referee threw the match out immediately, but the chaos had only begun. Rhea grabbed IYO by the hair and slammed her to the mat with a brutal riptide. Stephanie Vaquer, tried to intervene, only to get leveled by Naomi, who had now entered the ring with a steel chair in hand. Smack! Chair to Vaquer's back. Thud! Chair to IYO's shoulder. Rhea grabbed the mic as Naomi stood tall behind her. Y'all forgot who I was? Y'all forgot who we are? Naomi raised her title and stood beside Rhea as the boos poured in. IYO tried to crawl away, but Rhea stomped her hand. Stephanie tried to get up again, only for Naomi to lock her in a sleeper hold and drag her to the corner. The duo posed in the ring, towering over the wreckage. Fans watching at home were left stunned. Was this a one-time attack, or the beginning of a new alliance? As medical staff came down to check on IYO and Stephanie, Naomi and Rhea walked up the ramp, slow, deliberate, and without looking back. Backstage, chaos reigned. Bayley was seen storming out of Triple H's office, demanding action. Damage control members were trying to find IYO in the medical area. Stephanie Vaquer was reportedly furious, slamming a water cooler in the hallway and demanding a rematch without interference. When asked why they did it, Naomi posted on X, "Sometimes you gotta remind folks who really run this game. Hashtag run it back, hashtag SummerSlam." Rhea Ripley, minutes later, posted, "Did you miss me?" Backstage reports from WWE personnel say this alliance is not temporary. Naomi and Rhea have been planning a takeover, and tonight was only phase 1. There are also rumblings that Triple H had no idea Rhea would return tonight, making her ambush an unsanctioned move that could result in fines or a high-profile match at SummerSlam. The WWE Universe exploded on social media. One fan tweeted, "Rhea and Naomi together? Inject this into my veins. Women's division about to be on fire. Hashtag wwenews." Another wrote, "They killed IYO and Vaquer. This is a message to the whole roster. We need a fatal four-way at SummerSlam ASAP." Wrestling media outlets began speculating on a potential new stable forming, with Rhea Ripley as the enforcer and Naomi as the leader. Others suggested this was just a power play to get a main event spot at SummerSlam 2025, and the debate raged. Who's the true face of the women's division now? SummerSlam is just weeks away, and the women's division is suddenly wide open. Triple H is reportedly considering a blockbuster match. Naomi C. versus Rhea Ripley versus Stephanie Vaquer versus IYO Sky for the WWE Women's Championship. Each woman brings something unique. Naomi, the resilient champion, now turning heel. Rhea Ripley, the dark return, seeking vengeance. Stephanie Vaquer, the international technician, ready to earn her crown. IYO Sky, the high flyer with unfinished business. Will Naomi continue her reign? Will Rhea Ripley take over the division? Can IYO and Stephanie recover in time for revenge? Only time will tell. But for now, one thing is clear. A new war has begun in WWE. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who should face Naomi at SummerSlam? Is Rhea the future of the women's division again? Let us know. Until next time, stay tuned, stay hyped, and stay wrestling obsessed.